See, I know Gail's story, and she's amazing. Far before she ever crossed paths with me, she's already been amazing. Um, but it's awesome to see not just what you have allowed to flow through you, but how many people you've said, come on now, let's go. And how many people you've helped and how the degree to which you're helping them. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about where you were and then what happened and what you're doing now?
Well, when I first came to Maine to do this, I was working as an accountant with a law firm. I had been there for 16 years or 15 years at the time. My daughter had a little baby. She lives with me. I was babysitting. She worked at night. So I was working with COVID, working from home, watching him, getting on the calls with May to do this. And Cathy, I think all the time, and everybody, I had a hot seat with Cathy where I about lost my mind. And I went back and looked at the recording and I was like, oh, my mind was just blown. Um, and and since then, so much has changed. That person 2 years ago wouldn't even recognize me today. So I quit my job last May. I quit my job. I quit my job, which I thought I never could do. And I saw in the comments, somebody said they're worried about their age. I'm 65 freaking years old. I'm rocking it, okay? Whoever's worried about age, forget it. Anyway, I quit my job. Well, before that, right when I was made to do this, also, I got certified as a life coach with the Life Coach School. So I was doing the Life Coach School certification. I was in therapy. You didn't even know that after the hot seat. I went into therapy. I was watching my grandson. He would be sitting with me while I was on my calls, and I was working from home. So all the people that tell me they don't have time, okay. And so I got certified and I just started coaching people for free. I started a money book club. I just coach people for free. And now some of those same people are my clients. And I am shocked at what my life looks like. It's like I live in the same house. Yeah, I look the same, whatever. But the inside is so different. And Cathy, I tell people all the time, you gave me permission to do it quick and messy. And literally, that is what freed me. Just having someone give me that permission, I can't even tell you the freedom it gave me because I was such a perfectionist. So I have something exciting to tell you. The 3 weeks in January, so the second, third, and the past week, I made $50,000. I got my W-2, and on my corporate job where I made 6 figures, between January and May when I quit last year, I made 41,000. And I made 50,000 really in about 10 days. This is the other thing, I didn't launch a thing. How crazy is that, right? I was sick in November and December. I had bronchitis, I had a sinus infection. I was having all the things. So I didn't hardly make any money. And I still knew that it was coming. I just held on to my belief that it was coming. I didn't worry about getting a job. And for all of you, I'm single, I'm divorced, I have no husband, no other income here. It's just me. So all the people that think they can't quit their job because there's nobody, no other income, it's just me and God. We're doing the work. And I did a free 1 week masterclass, kind of like you do your challenges. Cathy, no notes, no nothing, me and the whiteboard, right? People were signing up. And then I gave my current clients the opportunity to re-sign at my lower price. I want everybody to know I started out at $3K for 6 months. Then I went to $5K for 6 months. And now I charge $10K for 6 months. And I help women make money without a freaking job, mostly through becoming coaches. So either entry-level coaches or women that want to be coaches. You do not need a certification. I will hold your hand and show you the way. You do not need a certification. I made 50,000 without launching. Like, no sales page. This is the other thing I tell people. You don't need a freaking website. You don't need a freaking LLC. You don't need a sales page. You need nothing but yourself. Nothing but yourself. I'm in the middle of writing a business book called Newpreneur. I made that up. I work with new entrepreneurs. I'm relaunching my podcast, the Newpreneur Podcast. What? See, Cathy interacted with me, so she knows I'm a different, my whole energy is, I'm on fire.
You're on fire. I'm already crying this whole time. Let's take a look at the chat, Gail. Look at the immediate response to every word you say as a mic drop, one after another. You are a walking testimony. Every single thing you said. Don't tell me your age. Don't tell me you're busy. Don't tell me this. Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. This is what I'm saying. Is everyone getting this? This conversation, what you just said, the last 4 minutes we all just heard could literally change the entire world. The entire world. There's no excuse. Look what she's doing. And how happy are you for her? Do you feel your body go, I'm so happy? You're not judging her. Don't you want that for yourself? Don't you want that for your daughter? Don't you want that for your neighbor? That at 48, 57, 71, it's like, let's go. I got something to give. I got something to say, and I don't need to work at this place for $41,000 and exchange all that's in me, put it on the shelf in exchange for the certainty of this $41,000. No more. You are such a blessing, my friend. You are such a blessing. This is the thing. She's amazing. You can see it, right? You can see me crying. You can't fake it. It's just the truth. Look at her goodness. Of course you didn't need notes because you've been preparing every day of your life to be who you are. You just have to share.
Right. Yes.
We just don't need a sales page. This is what we teach. When she says made to do this, that was the name of my prior program that we rolled into this program. We don't teach that you need a sales page. Yeah. You know what? What do I always say? When they zig, you zag. Don't do what they're doing. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Do this. It's called honesty. It's called integrity. It's called vulnerability. It's called, let's just show up together. You want a mediocre paint by number slideshow sales page? Go for it. You'll find it everywhere you look. But this, you see what's sitting in front of you? That's going to change a life. Gail, do you understand what's happening, right? The amount that's coming, the amount of money that you're going to make, you made $50,000, right? It's like 10 days. It's like nothing. It's like, it's going to be $500,000. It's going to be $5 million, but it's more than that. The dividends, all those women you're bringing with you.
Right. Yeah.
When you get to heaven at 120, you're going to look back and go, oh my God. So I really made $1 billion. That's how much I set ablaze.
Yes. You know what I said one day, I feel like I'm like living the dream, and it has nothing to do with money.
And that's it.
Yeah. No, I mean, nobody could give that to me. A paycheck couldn't give that to me. And the other piece I want people to know, which I had told you in that hot seat, is my daughter was born 3 months early, 2 pounds, 1 ounce. I had a brain tumor. In fact, I had 3 major surgeries in 1 year, a brain tumor, back surgery, and my thyroid removed. And then about 9 months later, I found out my ex-husband, we were together 24 years, found out he had a girlfriend and a whole secret life. So I've started my life over again at around 50. So it's just a testament to what's possible. And in between, my youngest brother died of brain cancer. My mom died, my dad died. My grandson has a disability. He's 2 years old and was born, one of his arms is shorter than the other, it's not fully formed. And we are happy up in this house, and it has nothing to do with money. My grandson is the happiest little person you can imagine. Nothing to do with money. This is bigger than money. The money is amazing. Yes, but it has nothing to do with money. And Cathy, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. If you had not said, do it messy, you can't even imagine how many times I've said that to people. I'm just going to do it messy. People have criticized me when I make a spelling mistake. Oh, you shouldn't put your business out there. Don't tell people how much money you make. I mean, I've heard it all. Even my best friend doesn't talk to me anymore. And I've been friends with her since I was 19. But you know what? How many people and how many people's lives am I affecting by just showing up and telling my story?
I mean, we're all so blessed to be sitting here right now. You guys are going to remember this moment. There's a lot of people in the world that are famous. There's a lot of stories that have gone viral. This is one of the most powerful things I've ever heard in my life from another human being who's sitting here just telling the truth.
Mm.
And I said yesterday, you know, we live in like a VR headset. And Gail, any one of the things that you mentioned that had occurred in the river of your life
Mm.
would be enough for someone else to say, of course I would be happy and productive and I would be thriving, but you know what happened, right?
Right.
And you just said, we're happy in this house. And that little boy, what greater gift do you give him than to show him you're going to keep smiling?
So,
That's what you're going to do because you're a blessing, because you're a miracle.
yeah.
Look what you can do. Let's go. I mean, it is unbelievable. And we think, oh, we sit here and we buy into this garbage, like you're too old and you're too this. And what does that say that your husband did that? What does that say about who you are, that you're not enough? Oh my God, the garbage. It's like sucking in from an exhaust pipe of a car.
Mm.
And you're like, well, that doesn't have to be the reality. It doesn't have to be, it's actually irrelevant because the power of who God created you to be is so enormous. It's like the sun being worried about anything, being able to reduce its flame. It's like, I'm the sun. What are you going to do? Nothing. You can't come close. Put air conditioning units all around it. Doesn't make a dent. Doesn't matter. Just keeps being this, keeps on shining. You're amazing. It's such a God send that you showed up for your assignment. And it's amazing also what you keep saying about the messy part, like how much shame we carry that we don't even realize around what other people might say if what we make is messy or mediocre, and how that stops you from living your freaking life. And you keep repeating it. And look at you, just doing you.
Yeah.
I am like gobsmacked.
Me too. People are asking where can they find me. I just started a new Facebook group called the Newpreneur Club. So join the Facebook group. I'm doing a free training starting on Valentine's Day on money and how to make money without a job. So, and my name is Gail Keyes Allen. Everything I have is under my name.
Tell them about your podcast.
It's for people that either have a business and are new and have made less than 25,000, or they have a business, they want to be a coach. I'm mostly focused on coaches, but I do have some clients that have products. And actually, some of my clients are from Made to Do This, actually.
Well, that's the other byproduct that people seem to say, which is such a cool thing, is that so often people who are in these programs, they become each other's first customers. They become each other's first clients. And it's so awesome that it works that way.
Yeah. So I'm launching the middle of February, the Newpreneur. And so I'm just so excited. I got a degree in economics and I couldn't even find a job when I got out of college. And then I'm like, here I am, 65, I'm writing a business, self-help business book. What? When I read all those boring ass economics books and accounting books and all of that mess, and I'm creating my own lane.
Oh my God.
I blow my own mind. I'm just like, what the hell? Who is this?
Yeah, that's the power of this spirit coming through you, man. This is what's happening. And tomorrow begins Black History Month. So you guys should all be following Gail anyway. And of course, we never plan anything. In fact, Gail was supposed to be on Sunday. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I can't do Sunday because we had something to do in the middle of the day. Then I popped on randomly before that session. She shows up today. And then I'm just thinking as we're sitting here, tomorrow begins Black History Month. So this is what we're going to do to support Gail. You're going to share something of hers tomorrow and say, you know, there's a million, zillions of people that you could support this month, but this person rocked my world. So we're going to, everybody follow you. That's what I want to do.
Facebook and Instagram, I'm big on.
So tell us what your handle is.
Gail Keyes Allen.
There you go.
GailKeyes Allen. Gail Keyes.
Done. I mean,
Everywhere.
Everyone should be following her.
Thank you, Cathy.
I love you. You're so easy to love. You're such a light.
I want people to know that I am the fairy godmother of life coaching, and my clients get a wand and we make magic up in here. And so even my pictures that I had done for my branding, I got my wand. I got my wand because I'm creating magic up in here. So if you want to create some magic, what else can I call this but magic? Like, what is it? What is it? In a million years, all you have to do is step into your fear. It's like every single thing you're afraid of, go after it.
Oh.
Every single thing, every voice that says, oh, I can't do that, or I can't afford that, or I can't have that, or I can't go there, or I can't, or I should do what my husband thinks, or I should do what my friend thinks. Do the exact opposite. I ask my clients, what rules can you break? And then break them. We're breaking rules up in here.
Let me ask you a question, because when we were first working together, you were working on helping people with their money mindset. And boy, do you know that is the first place where the ego likes to show up. Is like, you can't afford this, you don't have the money, and money is what you would really need in order to do all the things you wish you could do. So when somebody says like, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't afford it, how do you help people to see what's actually here and possible?
Like, one of the first things I ask them is, if you didn't have health insurance, or your health insurance didn't cover certain procedures and your child needed surgery,
Hey.
where would you get the money? Well, that's where you're going to get the money to help yourself, because you need to help yourself first before you can help your children, your family. That's where you get the money. You bet on you. I didn't have the money. I paid $18,000 for my life coach certification. I didn't have it sitting around. You know what I did? I took it out my 401k. I do all the things they said don't do. Then I refinanced my house and took some equity out my house. Okay. That's when somebody really wants to change their life. And most of the time when people say they don't have it, what that means is, I don't plan on spending it on that. It's not that they don't have it. Most people can come up with it. They can come up with it. They just hadn't planned on spend. Ask them, did they go on a vacation? Ask them how they bought a new car. Ask them how they paid for their kids to go to college.
And Carla, we're going to come to you in a second. She's so sweet and patient. But let me ask you another follow-up question, because you're such a great coach yourself. And people will say, I think the reason that they don't find that money is because they really don't believe that investing in themselves will bear any fruit. So where do you go with them then? Because Gail meets a lot of people, right? She's got people at different ages. She's got people who come from different backgrounds economically, and they probably bring a list of limitations. And they're like, well, you don't understand. Even if I could come up with the money, I don't believe it's going to bear any fruit. So where do you go then with them?
Well, I'm kind of hardcore, because I tell people they got to get sick of their own damn self.
So good.
When you get sick enough of yourself and the situation you find yourself in, and saying no to your dreams, you will figure it out. Because we hustle when we're in pain. We hustle when we lose a job. We hustle, like I said, to send our kids to college. We hustle when something goes wrong. But how are you, like, how can you hustle when everything on the surface is okay, but your dreams are like bubbling underneath and ready to come up? How do you hustle for yourself? That's what I ask people. How do you hustle for yourself? How do you go all in on you? It's
Mm.
okay to be afraid. I'm afraid every time I invest in myself. I do it anyway, because whatever we're afraid of is exactly where we should be going. If you're not afraid, then you're safe and everything is just the same old shit warmed over and over. It's the same thing, like Groundhog Day. Same thing. You wake, and how many people can relate to Groundhog Day? It's like every day, the same thing. Gotta go make the donuts, gotta go make the donuts every day. Who wants to live like that? Nobody really wants to live like that. Nobody really wants to go to a job that they can't stand, but it's safe. Forget safety. Your dreams are not on the safe side of the street. They're just not. So
So
I'm very straightforward with people and I call them out. And if you don't like a straightforward person, then you're probably not going to like me. But I say I kick your ass with love
yeah.
because my ass been kicked so many damn times. So if I can survive it, I know other people can survive it. You know, and I've had clients tell me that the reason they really like working with me because I don't let them get away with their BS.
Yep.
Because people want you to play into the whole story and they want you to kind of, you know, go along with them playing small. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
No, you're the friend who comes in, opens the blinds and says, no, 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 you're getting up.
Yeah,
No, no, let's
totally.
go. We're getting outside today because there's people who need you and you are needed. Let's go. You don't get to sit this out. So when people say to me, because this is the last question, but people say to me all the time, like, it's easy for you to say you don't have to keep your day job, but I have this, and this. And I'm like, oh, I get it. Like, don't think I don't understand. I get it. I was in that situation. I did that way before I got married. I did that way before and I didn't have help. I help my family. I help them. And you did that. You were able to leave your job. Now, I have a sort of method to building a little bit of a runway so people don't have to just like pull the band-aid off, because there are really cool ways to use your job as sort of your investor for your dreams. And while you're at your job, sort of plan out, like, if I can do these 3 steps, I could leave this job in 6 months. And if I could do these 3 steps faster or with a little more enthusiasm, I could probably leave this job in 3 months. So that's all something we can go and talk about. But I want to know, for you, how did you make that a reality?
I got clients. I coached people. I got clients. I made money. And the minute I made more money in my business than I was making that month on my job, I think I had made, I don't know, because I'm scrappy. So I'm like, oh, I need some money. I'm going to create a course. I just created a course.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have anything. I just created a course. So I think I made like around 20,000, something like that, 15 maybe. And so I was like, I know how to make money. I know how to make money. So after I proved to myself that I could make money, I just decided to take a chance on myself. I mean, that's really how I did it. I made sure that I had some clients, had some money coming in, but there's no guarantees. If anybody's looking for a guarantee, there is no guarantee. Like I said, in November and December, I think I bought 3,000 both months, which was like payment plans. Um, but I just held on to the belief. And I think, like I hear Steve Harvey say, I heard him say so many times, you have to jump. You just have to jump off the cliff. You're going to get all cut up and bruised up and scarred, but you just have to jump. I can actually say that it really wasn't that hard. And the fear is bigger than the reality.
Yeah.
It actually has kind of shocked me at how kind of easy it's been. I
Yeah.
don't want to say totally, but it's been way easier than going to a job every day.
Oh my God. That's what I always say. It's so much easier to make so much money working for yourself than working for someone else, where you're not, your life force is just turned all the way down, right? So yeah, and that is the method to the madness, right? That is what we teach in my programs, is this idea that you're going to do exactly what she just said, whether you're going to do beautiful design, like you're going to hear Carla talk about, and or you're going to coach people, you're going to begin by doing work a few times for free, but it's not really free because it's in exchange for a testimonial. It's in exchange for you getting experience and results for people. And it doesn't last that long. Like it's a minimum amount of time. And now you're getting some more of your sea legs. And then you can turn around and say like, oh, A, would you like to give me a testimonial? Or B, would you like to continue with this at a different package? And we could do this. And you'll be so surprised, again, because it's about making deposits. And then people are very likely to say, oh, I actually would like to keep this going. And then every one of the people you serve knows several other people. And if they're satisfied, they're probably not going to be able to help it. They're going to refer you. And then we do different things to help you to amplify that. But it actually doesn't have to be. We say this all the time. It's so hard. It's not. Let's look at the ways that it actually makes sense. It makes a lot of logical sense. And then people don't realize that every single thing that I have done started as a side hustle to the other thing that I was doing. And then that grew and I was able to move into this, into this, into this. And it's great. It makes a lot of sense. So you're unbelievably, there's no way to even describe in words how inspiring you are. But suffice it to say, every single person listening right now, and we'll take this clip and we'll play it on the podcast so we can send people to your links and everything else. Everyone who's in earshot of this is changed, period, by listening to you.
I have so much love for people that are struggling how I was struggling. And that's part of the reason why I do what I do, because I don't want other women, I specifically work with women, but I don't want other women to be at 60, even 50, whatever, just miserable. I don't want to see other people struggle like I did. So if I can do anything to shorten the learning curve, that's really what I'm here for. And I have clients from their 30s to late 60s. I even had someone in her 70s before. I'm here to help people so that they don't struggle anymore, so they can live a life that they just love and have fun and can bring their whole soul. I say my work is part corporate because I got a degree in economics, all right. I worked in corporate for years. Part corporate, part woo, and part soul. That's me. So if you can relate to any of that, which you probably can relate to all of it,
All of it.
that's me. And I cannot thank you enough. I'm telling you. You know how there's different points in your life where you can, like I had someone say to me, I will never be able to tell my story without mentioning you. And she said, I'm going to be on stages speaking in the future, and I have to tell the story of how much you helped me. What? That's how I feel about you. That's how I feel about, honestly, nothing, the books didn't work. I read every personal development freaking book you could think of. I went to retreats, I got therapy. I did it all because I was determined something was going to change. And it wasn't until you gave me permission to be me, to be me. I'm telling you, for all of you, if you don't do anything else but give yourself permission to be you, love up on you. Love whatever you're looking for outside of you, give it to yourself. Give it all to yourself. You don't need a job, you don't need a man, you don't need an inheritance, you don't need anything. Just love up on you. And this is the foundation of how I teach people about business. You got to love up on you first. Feed yourself, feed your soul, and then do your own work. And that's what you teach. That's what you share. I'm just sharing my journey. I'm just coaching based on my journey. All you have to do is, you are enough. You are enough. So do your work, do your inner work, and it will all fall in place. And you gave that to me. You gave that to me. That's the only thing I can say. I didn't even realize when I was in the program all the little pieces of it. you know, because you have your stories and different ways you do things. But when you put it all together, it really boils down to just do you, be you, love up on you. And that's my work. I love up on me first. I've fallen in love with me. What? I've fallen in love. uh, one other thing I want to share, because two of my clients, we had this breakthrough together. I'm sorry, I have to. Um, she was saying that she was scared to leave her corporate job. She makes like over six figures. And I said, and she's single. And I said, I bet you if you met a man and you fell in love and he said, baby, quit your job. I'm going to take care of you. We're going to move here. She said, hell yeah, I'd be right there. I said, well, then why don't you quit your job for you? Why don't you fall in love with you and trust you? We trust everybody else but ourselves. And that came up with two clients last week. Fall in love with you. I don't care if you you could have a husband. It doesn't even matter. You know, it's not even about that. It's about you. When you fill yourself up, you show up in the world in a totally different way, a totally different way. And that's why I can show up here today compared to 2 years ago when I was working with Cathy. It's like I'm a totally different person.
You
I
know,
fell in love with me.
it's so amazing. And obviously it brings tears to my eyes because it's so unbelievably powerful and generous and honoring and everything. But it reminds me, this is how I feel right now, Gail. I remember my grandmother saying to me that everything that she tried to be and everything that she became, she said, I gave to you. And now I look at you and she goes, you're so much further. You're so much brighter than I could ever be. And it's like, I look at you and I'm like, that's the power. Is like, I go, look at her, like where she stands, I can't stand. Where she'll go, I'll never go, in the best way, meaning like it just multiplies. It just multiplies. You're so incredible. You're such like a standing ovation. Like you're the next, you're a little bit of a secret to some people, but it's like, it's like going to Michael Jordan's house and being like, oh, you're going to soon be at the United Center. And he's like, oh, I have a job as a dishwasher right now. It's like, you're already doing it. So you're not the dishwasher, but everyone will know your name. That's how powerful your work is. It's so, talk about a matching vibration just to what it is. Like it's so pure. It's so powerful. And I'm so grateful that you came here today. And I'm so grateful that you were on this journey with us. And I want everyone to follow you. So please go follow her. She has so much more to share. And we have the best seat in the house, Gail. We get to just watch you soar.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless you.